Okay, I'm still getting used to this live thing, and no one's even in here yet. But I'm gonna start it anyway because it's just some messages I have been feeling the need to come on live. So here we are. Hold on, real quick. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Is that quiet? Okay, so I'm gonna get started. Why I have to be live right now? I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. But I pulled cards already. All day today has been like my readings have been like religious shit, shattering, and like just the mass, like a lot of humans just going through an awakening. So the cards I pulled so far are reflecting on like the current war happening or that's about to happen, and it shows it being like a checkpoint before the human frequency has to shift. Like I said a few months ago, disaster has to happen in order for this new world frequency to come in. So that's what these wars are about. It's not necessarily a delay. It's like, okay, checkpoint. This is the point we have to be in before we get to the other side. All right, so let's keep going. See what the fuck? The world and the Seven of Swords. And it's the reading is about the global war. The Seven of Swords is like the deception. It's trying, or whatever the powers that be, whatever is happening, they're trying to make us feel like the world is ending with all the war and chaos, but really the world is beginning. Do you see that right here? Do you see that? It's not the end, it's just the beginning. It's the checkpoint before the mass fucking frequency shift of humanity. What's this? It's such an odd way of, it's so weird with this King of Cups and this Temperance. It's like an odd way of nurturing the birthing canal of the new world frequency. You understand? Because Earth is a woman, so the war is somehow, like, let's use an example. Let's say a woman's about to give birth, right, and they use something to soften her uterus or whatever. It's like the war is softening the birthing canal in Earth so this new world frequency can come in. It has to happen. It's like opening some odd, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. But it's bringing balance, though. Again, nurturing Earth's birthing canal. That is what the war is doing. Hello. That's what's happening right now. This is Temperance. Mm-hmm. I've been picking up a lot of like return of matriarchy energy too. And it's also the return of the original child as well. What do I mean by original child? Children are not the same these days. Children are diluted by um, social media. They're growing up too fast. They're being influenced by sexual things much too young. So, for some reason, the return of the matriarchy and Earth being a woman is also returning the original child, which is also related to the wars happening now. And I said a few months ago, we have to go through like a death cleansing for this shit to happen. The death cleansing is through the war, unfortunately. And it's not just physical death, it's just like, it's also spiritual. Okay, let me keep going. I don't want to be here long. Three of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. If you believe in higher powers and certain outsourced energies as far as deities and stuff. Think of it as all of the ones coming together and helping bring this new world frequency in, and it has to come through the disaster. This is also, I hear, a war on, what is it called, monotheism, one god religions. I don't know why I just heard that. This is also a war on that, because a lot of physical war is caused by monotheistic religions. Okay, I'm just the reader. Let me keep going. What's the strength card? Yeah, what the fuck? All right, with this strength card and the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Wands, I'm not sure why I'm getting like I said in the reading I did before this, that's going to be posted later. This was definitely orchestrated. It's again supposed to happen like this. And the strength represents kind of like the process it took for us to get here, the process of just human society dealing with natural disasters, dealing with famine, dealing with war like we're dealing with now. That's what the strength represents. It represents the, what's it called? The empire is not collapsing. So they were strong up until now. What do I mean by empowers? I mean, like, what is it called? World powers, countries like the United States, China, Russia, world powers. This is yeah, that's the resistance against the shift, right? But again, it was all orchestrated. Ten of Swords represents no more resistance. It's almost like it was literally a plan. And the Knight of Wands is like the that's the initiative of shit shifting, and the initiative that the world powers are taking are through war right now. It's almost like the world leaders like Trump or Putin or whatever, it's like they know. You know what I mean? And we're seeing them as like the bad guy, but in the way they're ushering in the new world frequency with the war. Again, moisturizing Earth's birth canal, okay? Hello. How are you? I'm so awkward. Let me keep going. This Two of Swords. Eight of Swords. Ooh, see? Look, the Eight of Swords and the Seven of Wands reversed. The prison that they put us in, because the way they promote society, or the way they make us believe society is supposed to be lived, or the way they make us believe that uh, this is the end of the world, but it's really the beginning. It was a form of a prison, but that prison is becoming weak because of our understanding. So technically, some of us are still imprisoned, right? But it's weak though. It's not. It's not hitting the same, basically. And look, the Wheel of Fortune. Do you see? Do you see? Because their prison, the prison that we live in, is becoming weak. The karma wheels are changing. Things are transitioning. They are not able to control us as much anymore. And again, it's because this is the process. The war is the checkpoint. Do you understand? I don't even know how charged my phone is. Can I check? Oh, okay, good. All right. The sun reversed. That sun reversed to me is representing like darkness coming over the planet, but the darkness is really taking us into the light. The darkness being the current war. The current war that's about to break out. If it's not a war yet, I think it is. So the sun has to set before it rises again. And I said a few months ago, there will be more death. There will be more death cleansings. And the death cleansings are also coming through. Hello. How are you? The death cleansings are also coming through like death within ourselves, okay? That's why it kept telling us, remember why the disasters are happening. We have to remember. That's also the sun setting on the patriarchy and also sun setting on these unoriginal. And like I said earlier, this is the return of the original child as well. Children will be children again. They're not going to be. Something's going to be changing with social media too, which is also going to help the return of the original child. Do you know what I mean? Am I missing something? Hold on, sorry. Okay, my bad. Where was I? So yeah, the sun has to set. The darkness has to be cast over us before we can get to the light. All right? And a lot of people, you had to walk through darkness to get to your lighter half anyway. If you can relate, you can relate. What's the sun reversed? Hierophant, look. I said this in the last reading. This Hierophant also represents a new form of learning and what will be classified as intelligence. Everything's changing. You know how people get a degree and people think they're like, oh, the smartest people in the world? That's not what's going to be classified as intelligent anymore. This new world frequency, intelligence is going to be emotional sovereignty, embodiment of a higher self, understanding what God is. That is what is going to get people the money too. It's not degrees anymore, and we're already seeing that. Okay? Oh, shit. All right. Juggling. Exactly. Right. Right, exactly. This Four of Cups and Two of Pentacles represents the resistance of the change. But see, the resistance is not through the war, but that's what they want us to believe. The resistance is in people individually. The resistance is not willing to change your perception, not willing to let go of old beliefs. That is the resistance. The war is taking us into the New World frequency. Do you get it? The resistance is within us. It is within individuals. It's within their mind. Do you understand? But yeah, exactly. Like, really think about the people you know that have degrees. Without that degree, a lot of them, not everyone, but a lot of them are really kind of stupid. Especially when it comes to emotions, right? But we're going to keep going. Oh, see? Along with that resistance, it's going to take some work, but when people stop resisting, right? Um, exactly. Trained. And that's the key, right? Fucking trained. But anyway, along with this resistance and people trying to work against it, slowly people won't be able to ignore the changes that are happening, specifically the matriarchy energy trying to come again. And matriarchy has nothing to do with men or women being better than each other. We have to get that out of our, that's an illusion. The matriarchy is the earth's natural state because earth is a woman. But anyway, like I was saying, things will reveal people, things will be revealed to people who try to resist. They're going to try hard, but it's going to be too obvious for them to ignore it. So little by little, with this Eight of Pentacles, I believe that's the chipping away of the illusion, the delusion, okay? All right. I'm still getting used to this live shit, man. I went live for the first time last night, and it was like, what? But yeah, it is interesting, right? Hi. I hope you guys are doing good today. I see the chariot. That's the change. The change is here. The chariot is already here. I also spoke about earlier, if you guys tune into my reading that's going to be posted at like 8:30, it was talking about the second coming of Christ is really just the illusion of Christianity being shattered. But you have to tune into that reading to hear about that. But that's a part of this chariot too. We're already in this transitional time, and the war is a sign of it. So technically, the Bible was right about that. The there will be rumors of wars, right? But the rumors of war is not about the end of the world. It's about the beginning of the world. And the second coming of Christ again is the Christian illusion being shattered, because Jesus was not talking about serving him. That's not what he was fucking saying. Okay, I'm not gonna start on that because you guys know I can go on that for days. Yeah, I wasn't going live before. I'm still trying to get used to it, but it's not that bad. It's like whatever. It's whatever. Where's the chariot? Oh, see? Ooh. What's coming with the chariot? The Two of Cups. Exactly that. See? You know. I'm telling you, tune into that reading about the Christian shit later. You just kind of said what I said in there. It's the end of their world. Exactly. But anyway, the chariot is bringing in the Two of Cups energy, us becoming one with the planet as we should, one with our thoughts, one with God through ourselves, okay? So this, again, the war, all this crazy shit happening is the return of the matriarchy, which has nothing to do with men or women being better. It's the return of the original child energy. So children will be children again. And it's also cracking the illusion of all monotheistic religions. That's what's happening. Okay? That's a lot to take in. Three of Wands and the Eight of Cups. Again, that's society walking away from being unsure of what they're seeing, and by unsure I mean the illusion that the powers have suppressed on us. Going back to that prison I said we live in, some of us live in it, some of us don't, but the prison in this reading represents trying to conform to societal ways. Okay? That's ending right here. So again, we're walking away from what we think life is, what we think spirituality is, what we think whatever is. Our perception of shit is going to change naturally or forcefully, depending on you. Hi. Hi, Mojo. I'm glad you made it. Hi, everyone. I'm glad you made it. I feel like super awkward on here, but the only reason I'm on live is because I felt like I feel lingering needs to come on here, and I couldn't ignore it. So, yeah. Exactly. It's so much shit happening. Like, don't get me started. Don't even get me started. All right. Look, and Six of Swords at the bottom. That's us going into a more peaceful society. We just have to go through the chaos first. Because again, the war is like, it's like a cleansing. Again, moisturizing the birth canal of Earth so the new frequency can return. Thank you. So yeah, fabulous. Hooray. Okay. Is there anything else? Oh, Ace of Wands, new beginning. You see that? I don't know why with the Ace of Wands, I started thinking about the planets for a second. Like, there's also something shifting within our solar system. And whatever is shifting in the solar system is affecting the current state of Earth right now. There could be multiple universes I'm hearing going through a huge ass shift, right? I'm just the reader. That's what I heard. So if multiple universes outside of ours are going through a shift, they have intentionally or intentionally affected our shift because again, consciousness is one thing whether you're in another universe or not. It's still just one consciousness, the main source. So, like I said, it could be multiple ones, and it could be ricocheting to us, right? That's crazy. Are you guys ready to call the psych ward? Let me know. Am I doing anything else? All right, let's do this one. All right, what else is going on here? This card is like clarifying everything. It says, cow. May the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming. What did I say that the war was doing? I said it was nurturing, moisturizing Earth's birth canal for the New World frequency. It has to happen. It has to happen. It has to happen. Oh, wow. I didn't know that. Really? Oh, I didn't know that. I wonder if I was picking up, like, if that's the energy I was picking up from, like, the solar system and stuff. I had no idea. I don't keep up with that stuff, and maybe I should start, like, I don't keep up with the moon and the moon phase. I used to, but I don't anymore. But I might want to start. Okay. All right, with this love spell card, again, and fertilizing at the bottom. Again, going back to the war. The war is technically like a black magic love spell on Earth's atmosphere. Do you understand? It's bringing something in. It's bringing something in through chaos. It's fertilizing the grounds for new types of ways of thinking, new beings. I just heard, whatever. Really? I had no idea. I knew it was a blood moon, what, like a few days ago or something, or eclipse. I had no idea. But yeah, the war is a black magic love spell on Earth. This has to happen. It has to. Not gonna lie, I have seen like or felt that things would happen on our soil, aka the United States, if you're not here. I don't think it's gonna be detrimental, but there is gonna be things that happen. Um, mm, like a small, it's either gonna be like a small invasion of a coast, or it's gonna be a terrorist attack. All right, I've been seeing it for a while. I even saw it in like the past readings. I just didn't want to say it, but I'm just gonna say it. But it has to happen here because we are technically Babylon. You know, we are the biblical Babylon. It's United States. So that's why something has to happen here so we can fertilize our own ground and affect our own atmosphere. So it has to happen here. You know what I mean? It has to happen. We're not going to get off scot free this time. We're not. But I don't think it's going to be detrimental. But we just have to remember why it's happening. It's going to be quick. It's going to be short lived. Might not even be 24 hours. So, anyway, that's fun. Don't just look within, dive deeply into the eternal realms of knowing. And that came over this bonfire card. It is through remembering that you will wake the ritual of your existence and be reborn in a mighty celebration. This is going back to what I just said, specifically about the United States. And we have to have our own little tiny invasion or civil war or something. It's going to awaken something inside of our borders that needs to be awakened. People have to be shaken up here. There's fear, but there's not enough fear for people to really shift their minds. So what I'm hearing is it's telling those of us that know and are aware of what's going to happen to remain grounded when it's happening. I don't think that there's going to be many deaths. It's almost like a fear mongering tactic that has to happen so people can be shaken out of their little shell of protection. Do you understand? Okay, well, damn, that's terrible. Not really, but kind of, but not really, but kind of. I'm saying not really because of the reasoning behind it, but I'm saying kind of because damn. Anyway, I hope I'm wrong. Okay, give me more. See, inner power, and it came in reverse. It has to happen here so people can find their inner power. Specifically, since the United States is Babylon, and we're going to go back to the biblical times, Babylon is full of delusional, sinful beings. So the delusion is this pocket of protection that God created for us, which has allowed us to become one of the lowest frequency countries in this fucking world because of this delusion and this protection. Our inner power has been diluted by a psyop, a psyop scheme, propaganda. People have to realize that our country can be disrupted too. That's the only way they will feel the need to enlighten themselves, because the illusion will be broken. Exactly. And I always thought that those files, man, it's crazy and I believe it happened, but I feel like it was dropped during this time for a specific reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, why now? Why now? And then right after all this war is happening. And I know people are like, oh, it's because Trump, he's mad because his name's in the files. I think it's much deeper than that. I do. But nothing's gonna happen to those people. You know it. Nothing's gonna happen. All right. I'm almost done because I haven't eaten all day. But I just felt the need to come on here. So, meditate and contemplate at the bottom. And this is a card that's surrounding the moon and the solar system. Meditate and contemplate at the bottom. When this disaster happens here, or not just here, when it happens anywhere, remember the reason why. When you see the news, remember the reason why and ground yourself. Grounding yourself in your perception is your protection. Okay? No, I don't think bullets are going to come flying towards my house or yours. I don't think it's going to affect everyone directly. But it's something about the coast, specifically the East Coast, which I hope not, because that's where I am. But yeah, I don't think it's like, it's something small. I can't put my finger on it. But it's just the time to ground, okay? Nothing will come of this situation. That's funny because what's your name? Ultra Instinct. We were just talking about the e-files. I feel like that's what you. Nothing will come of this situation. That card just came out. That's about the e-file. Nothing's gonna happen. Only thing that's happened, that was another psyop. Yeah, it was true. It was a truthful psyop, but it's still a psyop. You know what I mean? To distract us from going within. Now that is the real distraction. That's the real delay. It's the media output. It's not the war that's the delay. It's the media. You know what I mean? Okay. The time for healing. That's what we're in, guys. I think you get it. I must go because I'm hungry, but I'm going to start going live more Now I'm getting used to it. I'm thinking about going live and baking a cake, and whoever guesses the flavor of the cake gets a free reading. So I might do that tonight. And I mean a free full reading, a video. Okay, so tune in if you want to see that. I appreciate you guys being here. Thanks for watching.